What's gonna happen? That was clean for me that time, but I still see a lot of people up above.
Yeah, I still see them up above.
They all have powers on my tab screen, though.
That's something. Maybe they'll get teleported in a second. Yep, hang on.
Alright, we survived.
Who? Oh yeah, when it glitched last time I actually could see all the hearts.
That's because you probably got the default scoreboard.
Yeah.
Alright, so here are the powers, although we did have somebody log out on blue. Chewable's resistant, Crafty is invisible, Retro does the damage, extra damage. Extra health for Toby. Saiku is the speedsters. Alexander does extra damage, but he only has 1 bar. Extra health, Mr. Awesome. Bon is an invis. Apple Goddess has the jump power. Nate is resistant. And Felicity, speedster. Pink team. Raham does extra damage. Rob's the speedster. Rebel jumps. Resistance for Snow White. Stig's invisible. Peach has the health and 1 bar. I don't know, maybe if you need to help some underground stuck people. David's invisible. Infernal jump. Mario health. Mind King, speedster. Poker, damage, and resistance, Mr. Creeper. On yellow, Bowden, damage, jump for heat.
Yeah, I think half of the green team is actually stuck.
Right, you can just do /S space their names or whatever on the surface so they're near each other. Speedsters, Hodge, Bunny, health, Sean invisible, resistance, Hen. So David and Heat flew into a wall, so that still is a damage. Heat didn't take any damage from it. It was 0.05, which wouldn't negate, but David did lose 1.5 hearts to flying into a wall.
Okay, looked like it was only green team who was stuck.
And again, that's Minecraft and its spawn command. I mean, I use it, so sometimes it seems like it has trouble loading chunks and figuring out where to put people. A Hetosaurus flown into a wall again and again. He's done it 3 times now. Bowden flew into a wall. Negligible damage for all of them. Only really David took a huge leap into a wall. I'll add that wall damage to the list of things to ignore. I'm going to make note of that right now. So I'm going to negate flying into the wall on Super Friends also. Mind King flew into a wall for 2.5 hearts. The jumpsters, though, I mean, they can jump and then activate their wings.
I think with the wings, jumping might actually be a really good power. I mean, with invisible people, you can still see the cape, so I wouldn't wear it.
And another thing, too, like wings, when you use them and you fly, if you got height and you fly, you can literally travel distances very quick, which can cause lag. Kind of like boats. Minecraft servers have trouble with chunks and loading of chunks. And what sucks is I'm running this on a RAM disk. I'm not even using disk I mean, so it's a RAM disk, which is faster than an SSD, allocating a ton of memory to the server, ton of resources. But there are just some real glitches with 1.9 right now when it comes to handling chunks and just lag. They've got some work ahead of them. I think I don't run any servers like normal vanilla servers in 1.9 to be able to compare, but I've heard people say that even vanilla 1.9 servers are buggy. Looks like the pink team here literally just wants to play around with flying. There's Beast Mode Hodge. He just put a button on the ground. So, I mean, we're not going to update theme to 1.9 until really everything has been sorted. Oh, we have a lag fight coming up here. We got 2 invises.
Oh, it's David
100%.
and Stig.
If someone cashed in points to do 1.8 UHC, I would do it. Not today. I pretty much, when it comes to UHC things, like people are wanting to buy them with their points. They have to, it has to be before the stream starts or for a later event. But it has to be when I'm planning on doing UHC stuff too. And I don't have any plans to do any more UHC until another week or more. Partly because I want to be able to do 1.9. But once I'm happy with 1.9, and I feel like there's no issues, then I probably would say, well, 1.8 requests at that point would be. But I can understand if people want 1.8 right now. In fact, I may do 1.8 going forward until I feel 1.9, or I may just keep testing with 1.9 as they fix things. I mean, like I said, the biggest issues. Ooh, there we go, some flying. Biggest issues for me is really the lag is annoying, and the hearts is not the greatest. That was a pretty good deal there, flying by Mind King. He did fly into a wall at the end though for 1 heart. But once 1.9 is stable, there'll definitely be no more 1.8. Because I like the combat stuff. I mean, I like the addition of all the arrow stuff. I like the addition of the shield, the swinging of the swords, and the axe being a weapon. I think all of that is a bonus. The boats, 2 people in boats, race to the ship, race to the end will be more fun. But the lag is just a killer. And it's something that they're going to have to sort. Some people have made a comment on some of the forums saying that they think the lag is because Mojang, owned by Microsoft now, is wanting to force people to use what is it? The Mojang official realms. They want you to use realms, and that Microsoft's going to have all of the stuff work fine on realms and kind of push realms to Xbox Live. Because they want to start having Xbox Live used for PC also, and which is kind of happening with some new stuff. You don't have to pay for Xbox Live for PC, but they're talking about like when games become cross-platform, Xbox One and PC, that it'll use Xbox Live. I would hate to see them take away the ability to run servers. I would hate to see them force people into Realms or Xbox Live. I think it would be a horrible move on their part. There's blue. Oh, is red going to fly like Batman and attack? Please, red team, fly and attack. Fly and attack.
They have shields.
Come on, you. They're going to wuss out.
Yeah.
Batman would never do that. Batman would go for it. Batman doesn't care.
Batman would beat the people with the shields.
Yeah, I mean, I like it being harder, the mobs being tougher. So Mr. Stig trying to go on the hunt. He's right near all of this. Up. Some flying is being done. Infernal flew down here, nobody else.
Best team ever. I mean, I don't even see Mario or Poker near the red team.
So blue has gone underground. Okay. So I'm assuming the experienced kinetic energy is Poker fly. Yeah, that's another. That comes up as fly into wall on the damage log. Nicely done, Poker. Remember, I warned them all that damage still exists. I will update my plugin to remove that damage for Super Friends mode. I forget who it was, but I remember when I first did Super Friends and I removed fall damage, somebody told me, why don't you remove all damage? And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
How will you kill people? Boredom? It's like the race to see who can stay logged in. Maybe like if your internet disconnects or you log out of boredom, then you're out of the game. And we just keep playing until like everybody dies of boredom or their computers crash or their internet crashes.
That's going to be the longest stream ever.
So red was trying, I think, to figure out maybe where blue went down. But they seem to have kind of given up that.
Mario is completely on his own.
Mario could sing all by myself. I'd like to hear Mario sing. I think he probably would have a lovely voice.
He probably does, that's why he doesn't sing.
He's probably like the reason he's not around is he probably is like a lounge singer. It's like that TV show Parks and Recreation. The one guy that runs the parks department, the cool guy, Ron Swanson. At night, he goes to a jazz club and he plays a saxophone. He's like a super talented sax player, and none of them knew. That's Mario, but with singing. Jazz. Mario's a jazz singer.
We should ask him where he's singing. Maybe we can enjoy the show one day.
That skeleton put a hurting on Chewable. Toby got hit. So Chewable got hit for 2.4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Mario just flew into a wall. It's Mario Bublé. Mario Bublé. Alexander hit by a Skelly for 1.5. Peach was hit by Infernal. Infernal on the red team. I think Infernal's up here back with the red team. Yeah, so Peach, not going to have a peach of a day here. Peach getting down to her teammates screaming, I've been attacked. I've fallen and I can't get up. And her team just running away. Although Peach does have 3 bars, that is a record. Normally it's 1 or 2. Maybe the server I'm running is in Australia, and that's our problem. Maybe when I said New York, they lied. They set it up in Australia.
Okay, so people are invisible for me again.
I didn't delete the configuration files this time. I did when it crashed. So I went ahead and left my settings. So maybe there's some weird setting on visibility that I've got that's causing people to become invisible. Like some view distance, render distance glitch. I was just afraid, since it crashed in a sense last time, not to change it. So Pink looks scared to death.
How did they... He got killed and they didn't turn around till he blocked it off. Come on, guys.
Pink team is just like, please don't kill us. We're friendly. Friendly and Cherno. Oh, David. David literally is digging right there, and his own teammate, I think, took a swing at him. Maybe didn't see him. Didn't hit him because there's no friendly fire. I will be able to have an option too, so that I can disable pushing against your teammates, but I can keep it where you can push the enemy. Or I can have no pushing, or I can have always pushing. So Pink is running. Stig has now separated himself from Pink. He's got a lava bucket. He is going to try to lava these guys.
Would just not work on Mr. Creephead because he is the resistance.
Worked on Mine King though.
Yeah.
And it worked enough. Mine King went dead. And he got Infernal. Petasaurus slain by a spider. Peach fighting with her pickaxe. That's going to come in handy. Somebody else needs to help. Peach backing off. Spencer attacking with a sword.
Iron sword. Oh, they all have wood.
Spencer dead. Snowballs being thrown. Rob and Snow White here on their own. And then Stig still... Or hold it, I'm sorry. There's also Peach, who went underground.
I mean, they need to run.
Peach is in real trouble. Mario burned to death. Stig must have killed. Look at this. Davis just hitting Peach. Peach dead. If David had lava. Oh, he hit Snow White. Creeperhead killed. Dynamic Rob and Snow White still in the game. David here. Stig is with Snow White and Rob. So it's a 2v3. Infernal got lavaed. Will it be too much? He's blocking himself off. And he did it.
so it's just David.
He is an invis, which does help him stay covered. I'm not sure who Snow White Bay is. If that's like somebody, it's probably somebody's changed their name. Or it could be a new person. So David here, we have the pink team. 3 of them survived that. I gotta be honest, I didn't think they had it in them.
Nope. Me neither.
I thought red was geared better, but it didn't happen. Stig and the lava, I think, was really the deciding factor there. Although Stig is yet to get back, he's going to have a ton of loot, though. There's a whole bunch of loot right here. There's some heads. I think there's 2 heads for sure. There's gold. But Infernal did kind of go off on his own there to die, and Stig may not have an idea. Alright, Stig is coming back to his teammates. Borders are closing here on the pink team, though, and they are trying to, like, smelt. They can't get the stuff out now. Good thing Rob is the speedster. He can outdig this. They are going to hit a cave with some mobs. Stig, a little bit slower moving, and he's got some lava that he's going to have to kind of work his way on top of here, but I doubt we'll see Stig make any major mistake. So we basically have 5 teams. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just David. Kind of makes it look a little odd because David's all on his own. David is invis. Blue has everybody. Green has everybody. Pink down to 3. Red down to 1. And yellow down to 5. Player count seems right also. Well, that poor zombie's like trapped inside a block. He's like, help me. I got in this quicksand, or like he was in the concrete when it hardened. Poor guy. But the pink team is together now. Here's Saiku. Looks like he's just like chilling. He's AFK or something. No border near him, so you know Saiku's okay. Looks like Chewable's digging, strip mining. Simply Toby's smelting, and there's Saiku moving. There's David the Invis. He's truly invisible at this point. He's completely invisible for me. What do we want to go to?
Retro is really far away from her team.
Retro was lone wolfing almost before too. Her and Mind King, you know, were pretty much just the 2 of them. Then they got killed by Super Skeleton. Well, Peach, you were fighting with a pickaxe, so I don't know how much damage you truly did. And then one of your teammates came in to try to help you and was actually using a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So axes do a lot of damage, but swords and axes are your best two. The pickaxe, not a good weapon. Silverfish attack on Snow White. Silverfish have done a lot of damage. There's like a whole farm of them here. Poor David, all on his own. These guys are going to get away from the silverfish. I got to get the heart thing. I'm going to have to switch over to the numbers for health for now until they fix hearts. Sucks not knowing where they're at. I even changed it just for the sake of seeing if it would work, where it put the health over or underneath their names, but it would only do it for us. But it still says 0. So for whatever reason, Spigot thinks the players are at 0 health. And that's why it's not showing any hearts at all. Yeah, there won't be any more games. Sorry, Peach, not today. This is the last one. 4 of them. Usually that's my limit. Pink has done another good job of finding the border. They're in a corner right now. So they've got to head in. Here's the blue team, and then there's David. There's green. So David right now heading towards Saiku. That tunnel. I don't have another prepared, and I don't plan on making one. I can make them quick, but, 4 is enough for me. We'll be doing dinner here and everything. Might come back later, you never know, and stream some H1Z1. Might not. Probably not. Might play it for fun. Don't know. So it looks like David has moved off of that path. Now he's lurking up above. Got some gold up there. I don't think we've actually chosen yet. We're going to do something out. But I don't think any decision has been made for what dinner is going to be. All I know is I'm getting hungry. Could have roast chicken. Or silverfish. Well, Stig, Snow White, and Rob still functional. David on his own. The yellow team lost 1 player. I'm not sure who that was. And the other 2 teams are at full strength.
Well, except that the blue team is like super split up in every direction.
It works, Mind King. I'm not going to set it up, though. I set it up last week. People were all like, set it up, set it up, set it up. The game that I spectated before I stopped streaming was the only game that people played because nobody else wanted to play another one. There was like 3 people wanting to play at that. So I went ahead and shut it down. So I think if I was to run it, there'd be enough people for the one game, and then no one else would play the rest of the night. So I'm not going to waste time and money on the server, because these servers, I spin them up. They cost per hour, per minute actually, but it's not that expensive. But I don't want to run it if no one's actually going to use it. So this will be it. Plus, I just don't think 1.9 is 100% ready, and everything I've updated has been updated. So I'd have to do something special to flip back to 1.8. Bunny just getting pounded by the skeleton. He took
Bunny, please.
about 3.5 hearts of damage. He blocked 4 of the attacks, but was hit 3 times. David visible again for me. So the bug of, even though he is an invis player, but the bug of them being completely invisible isn't permanent, because I didn't relog and now I can see David.
Yeah, what's wrong with eating bugs, puppy? I don't get it. It's not that bad.
So I mean, here we see blue. We see David right next to Chewable. Bowden slain by a zombie. Look at Chewable. He's literally just continually swinging his sword. It's like he looked for a second there like, oh, I'm on fire. That was the most hilarious thing I think I've seen in a while. Well, probably not, but he literally just stood there swinging his sword and then got lit on fire. And he like looks down first like, I'm on fire. But he's resistant, so obviously funny, but not any real damage. And he's heading right towards David. That's like the movies when you shoot the villain gets shot, or like you shoot the vampire with a gun, and it's like, this doesn't really hurt me, dude. Yeah, the face plant was definitely funny. That was just like one of those like, what are you trying to do? You can't hurt me, you fool. But just the swing. Here we do have the invisible glitch. I don't know who that is. Oh, that whole team was invisible for me. So yellow getting pushed right at blue here. Is the border. She's coming, and it's still got 45 more to go. So it is going to push these two teams together. And then we still have David, who can be a little devil. Oh, David just got hit. He went into that open area there. Oh, he's got a whole bunch of blue right there. Lava now would be perfect. Snow White blown up by a creeper. Pink down to 2. Stig. Actually, yeah, Stig and Rob blown up by a creeper. Looks like they went into Mob City. Stig is Mr. Batman throwing all kinds of stuff down on the ground. He's the hero the city needs. Yellow pretty much slain. This would be a perfect time for David to swoop in. Chewable threw his sword down by accident.
And in the meantime, green team was fighting silverfish.
Yeah, that's... David swooped in. David doing a smart play. He's taking a little bit of damage, but teams are heading up now. Border has been reached at 50.
Aww.
David taken out by a zombie right there. The zombie, the David Slayer. That must be Goliath. This time Goliath won. So the lava is going to start rising shortly here. Oh wow, it's rising already. I didn't realize it was rising this quick. Green team is going to get myrtleized.
Ooh, blue team.
They got creepers and zombies down here. Oh, green's going to all die.
Blue might actually die as well.
Alexander slain by a zombie. Lava just got him.
Blue saved themselves with water. Hold up.
Vaughn and Nate trying to survive this. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. Look at this mob party. They might do this. 6 players left. We see surface jumper up here. They're coming right up where Dark Shadow is. Stigman, the Batman over here. That's 4. I think the other... Who are the other 2?
It's blue team, they're pretty much stuck.
Did they water to keep themselves alive and then trap themselves?
Yes. I mean, for Chewable it wouldn't be a problem because he's resistant. But they're trying to get up, I guess. No, that's not really gonna help them.
Lava has reached it. Oh, okay, so it's basically 2v3. Well, 2v2 and 1 person.
Sticks the last one.
Alright, let's go down and see where these idiots are here. I mean that in the most lovely way possible.
They're probably gonna get killed by Bordy. This goes up.
This is their own problem. They have to survive it. It's not my fault. They're on their own.
Toby's dead.
So Chewable is resistant, so he's not resistant to the border. He's just resistant to fire damage.
Oh, the water just stopped.
We have our 4 players left here. 2 on green, 1 on pink, 1 on blue. Nate is resistant, Chewable is resistant, and then we have 2 invises. So 2 invises, 2 resistance, left in our 3 teams that are left.
Jubal is making his way up. He's almost up there.
I removed the breaking blocks just because people were getting trapped.
Especially the resistant.
Maybe I only removed it for the resistant player. I'm not even sure what I did. It's been so long. This is a bad spot. Bond giving himself away there next to an invis.
Stig almost tried to get the opportunity there, but he wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, Stig was a little slow that time. Jubal's got to get on the surface. His best bet would be try to come up in the lava. He's still trying to get up here. Come on, Chewable, today. He made it. But he made it to his death. So it's Bond, Nate versus Stig. Stig did get hit once. Does Stig have this in him? Can he pull a victory out? Nate is really geared. And that attack of Stig's only did basically not even a half a heart. It was almost a half a heart in damage. He needs lava, but Nate's resistant. So Stig really has little chance here.
I'm asking to shrink the water. I don't see a reason why right now.
Just fight, Bond. Pull out your sword. Bond choosing to run around in his without showing himself. Bond could punch. You know, when you're an invis, you can still punch. And you won't show yourselves. Stig again hit Nate, but negligible damage. That might have finally registered as a half a heart. I mean, there's really no reason for Bond to not be punching. He can't hurt his own teammate.
Yep.
I mean,
And
the
if he
only reason
somehow
would
finds
be...
Stig,
Yeah, I mean, if he finds Stig, he calls it out. Stig's health probably isn't the greatest. Maybe Bond has no health, and he's worried that any slight damage is going to kill him. Yeah, it's possible, Rob. It's definitely possible.
yeah, I think that's actually really good for the end fight as well.
I mean, I'm not sure what Stig is thinking.
I mean, he doesn't have much of a chance. You can only hope that Nate is already low on health.
Nate throwing stuff down. Bond now just punching while standing still.
Good job, Bond. We're proud of you.
Alright, we'll accelerate this mission.
There we go. GG.